So CBS is kicking Colbert when he's down. On the way out the door, executives from CBS made comments about how much money they were going to save without him. And all these media outlets are screeching about it. They're like, how very dare they be so mean to him after all he meant? It's like, well, from CBS's point of view, they were losing $40-50 million a year in this guy, and he spent the last 6 or 8 months attacking them pretty much every day.
Right. So, I mean, of course they're not happy.
Why
should he get treated any different than most employers treat their people? I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, though.
Yeah, I think this is kind of, I mean, look, there's an old saying that you don't poop where you eat. And, you know, again, this guy has been, and same with Kimmel, they're attacking their corporate handlers. They're, you know, obviously Colbert more than Kimmel, but still, it's like, what did you expect? I mean, I don't know what you expected to happen. Like they were going to throw you a ticker tape parade and give you a watch. Even on the way out, he was joking about costing them money with copyright strikes and all this other, like he was going out of his way to antagonize them. And then he did that local TV station thing. We'll talk a little bit about that. And CBS copyright struck him over there, and then they blocked it back. I mean, it's been a big mess. I mean, this has been a very acrimonious parting of the ways. Mm-hmm. And it could have gone a lot cleaner. But again, his time was always limited. I think he definitely did hasten it with not just the constant politics, because he always has been political, right? But the constantly attacking his corporate overlords. That is the biggest no-no in corporate America. You do not bite the hand that feeds. And he did. And now the media is like, we don't understand why they're gloating about how much money they're saving after he attacked them for 8 months.
As I said, I'm just like, the dude went on because he found out he was getting gone. And I get it. I mean, you're mad, but he did. He just like went over the top. And then towards the end, they were just like throwing furniture off the roof.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, it was like any other company, they would have terminated you on the spot. They would have said, here's your box, Stephen, put your shit in a box, or better yet, we'll mail it to you because we don't trust you not to throw the furniture off the roof.
Yeah, well, this is funny because they got Letterman?
Letterman has an axe to grind with him too. Yeah, so it's like, look, you do the best job you can do for the time that you're there, but yeah, if you're taking, I mean, honestly, that's on them too. If you're taking a paycheck while you're attacking them, simultaneously attacking them, I mean, that's a them thing. They could buy him out. I think he was hoping they would buy him out because they probably would have, had to shell out millions of dollars to buy him out, but they let him ride, and he lost the money. And now they're like, well, we've got Byron Allen coming in with his stand-up comic thing, and he also bought BuzzFeed. So who the hell?
Yeah,
knows
but they were like, it's like they said it was like non-political, just they're older comedy shows, but
Well, the audience for late night TV is old. Let's be real. It's grandma and grandpa falling asleep in front of the television set. That's who's watching these shows. And they even said that, in the case of Kimmel, like the desired demographic, the people with jobs, they're like 25 to 55. Yeah, they're not watching your show. They're not watching it. It's retirees, unemployed people, it's being left on at the airport or whatever. I don't know, all this shit. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
If you'd somehow like more of us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV episodes you will not find on YouTube. So check it out over there. And also you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts at. We are there. We're everywhere. You can't escape us. So let's talk about this. It's come from the Daily Beast. I just thought it was funny because I knew that they were gloating about how much money they were going to save. But the fact that the Daily Beast is like, oh my God, how very dare they? How dare they make a joke back or make a comment back to him when he's been attacking them nonstop for months?
I know, and they're mad because he's praising the overtop praise for the replacement. Well, when they're not losing millions and millions and millions of dollars a year, they probably are very happy about it.
Yeah, and reports were saying it was like $40 to $50 million a year they were losing on Colbert's show. So this is coming from the Daily Beast. CBS kicks Colbert with over-the-top praise for replacement. The network can't seem to believe how much money it's apparently saving.
Yeah, well, it is, because they said that one of the reasons they got rid of him was because his show was like the worst performing.
Yeah.
of the late night shows, and it was costing them money. And and other ones, you know, are doing just as bad. That's why I'm surprised they gave them extensions.
I don't have any words. I mean, I think the reason in Kimmel's case is he's basically Hollywood's mouthpiece, and Disney's going to use him to promote movies and shows and stuff.
Well, now he's in trouble because he's using his time on the air to promote political candidates over other ones during his show, and I'm like, dude, that's not your job, you know. And he wasn't interviewing them, but he's on there doing his monologues talking about why you should vote, you know, should not vote for this person or that person, or making fun of them. And I'm like, dude, you know, you are pushing it because he knows he's going to keep pushing because he knows he'll get away with it.
Well, or they get rid of him and then he can cry about, you know, Trump taking the FCC license, which I think they're hoping for that. But I'm like, if you've got a polarizing comedian or talk show or whatever, put them on Hulu or Disney Plus or whatever the hell it's going to be when they're done with it. Because you can get away with a lot more, right? I mean, that's how HBO got away with a lot with, you know, Bill Maher and stuff. Even back in the day, they got away with a lot more because he was on cable. He wasn't on broadcast TV. Anyway, CBS celebrated a financial victory lap 1 week after ousting beloved late night host Stephen Colbert, the Daily Beast words, not mine. In a statement on Thursday, a spokesperson for the TV network both praised the Late Show's replacement, Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed, and burned Colbert, relishing the money they saved by unceremoniously canceling his show. Do you not
realize? They gave him a year.
They gave him a year?
They gave him a year. Was that how much they gave him? Was a year?
Yeah, something like that. We knew last year they basically just weren't going to renew the contract. And that is business as usual. Yeah, politics probably factored into it somewhat because they're like, we don't want to get sued and we're not willing to stick our necks out for you. But also, your show is underperforming. It's losing us lots of money. Yeah, we can't keep it on the air.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. So this is what they said. So they stuck it to him on the way out. We're proud to partner with Byron Allen on a new business and programming model for late night that proactively addresses a network day part that was cost prohibitive to continue, CBS said. With this time buy model, we have shifted an hour that was losing $40 million annually to $15 million in profit, a $55 million swing. So yeah, so apparently it's a lot cheaper to run the old comics.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, come on, duh.
The statement purported to reaffirm CBS's initial claim that its cancellation of Colbert 62 had been a purely financial decision, continuing the insider report that the network had been losing $40 million annually on The Late Show. The network never divulged how it calculated that figure. So yeah, here's the thing. You can be controversial as long as you're bringing the money to the company.
Well, that's what Kimmel, they're trying to argue for Kimmel, but even then he had some higher viewership, but like it went back down again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing. He had a little bit of a boost. I think with Kimmel, they're keeping him around because again, he's a mouthpiece for Disney to promote their stuff. Right. But Kimmel said there's not a snowball's chance in hell that is anywhere near accurate.
It probably is because you have him and how much he's making.
How many employees? They're all union in New York.
You know, then they have to pay for like the sets and all that shit. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
CBS announced Colbert's cancellation just days after the late night host publicly shamed their $16 million 60 Minutes lawsuit settlement with Donald Trump as a big fat bribe. As someone who has always been a proud employee of the network, I'm offended. And I don't know if anything will ever repair my trust in this company. Well, when you say stuff like that on the air that they're paying for with advertising dollars, right? And you're already losing money. I have noticed a pattern in my many years of working for different companies that the biggest loudmouths are the ones who are usually not bringing it for the company. And they're the first to go and then they're always surprised.
Well, that's it. I mean, they were probably already on the fence anyway. Like, do we cancel this or not? Because it's tradition. And it's like, you know, everybody is expected that we pay for it and lose the money.
Yeah.
And then when he did that, they're probably like, you know what? We don't have to do this.
Yeah, I would have been the same way. I would have been like, you know what? As on the fence, we like you okay, but we're losing money. And now you made that comment, so fuck you.
Well, shouldn't these outlets be thrilled because they replaced the white guy with a black man?
I know, right? Look at all the diverse comics that you're going to see from like 20 years ago or whatever.
I'm just saying, you think that they would be all about this?
So, yeah, in the statement, CBS equally relished its new money-making arrangement with Byron Allen, 65, who also apparently owns the Weather Channel. and a bunch of other stations, and he wanted to buy Paramount. So this is what's so weird. He wanted to buy Paramount, and so he kind of sort of is because he's paying them. He said under which he purchased the coveted 11:35 time slot from the network as part of Allen's time buy deal. The billionaire media mogul covers all production costs associated with his comedy panel show, Comics Unleashed. So there's no production cost.
So damn, I didn't know he paid them to get the spot. So yeah, they're not like paying. I thought they paid Allen to get the stuff, but they're not. Allen paid them.
Yeah, well, it's a good deal because that is a good spot. He said in turn, he gains the right to sell the advertising himself. So he's buying the slot, but then he gets to keep all the advertising.
Okay, but money. Then see, if they were like making money hand over fist and they were lying about losing money, why would they sell all the advertising money and that time slot for $15 million to somebody else?
Yeah, because
they would be getting a lot. They'd be asking a hell of a lot more, asking for a cut of the money, like because we have to replace our losses. The fact that they're doing this tells me that they really were losing all kinds of money, and it's better for them to just like take the $15 million and call it a day.
And that's actually relatively cheap because you're talking, a little more than $1 million a month, and you get the late night slot to put in there whatever you want. And he just bought into BuzzFeed. So this guy is a billionaire. He's not dumb. Byron Allen is not. That's
interesting. I thought they were paying him
to
put stuff there. He's bought the spot.
He bought it.
Oh, so yeah. So and for only $15 million, they sold it. They were losing if they were making the money that people that Colbert and Co claimed.
Yeah.
Then they would not have just sold it for $15 million, and they would have kept him on the air, or they would have done something else. They wouldn't have done that. They're ahead with that money. They figure. So that tells me that they probably were losing money.
Yeah. So the statement seemed to reveal for the first time that the billionaire media mogul had purchased the time slot for $50 million, which is dirt ass cheap. Think about how much it costs to buy a single Super Bowl ad. And you're buying the late night time slot for a little over $1 million a month. And you get as long as you bring in more in advertising, because a lot of this stuff I think it's reruns.
Is it $15 million for a year or is it for a month?
I think it's for a year. They said Allen had previously, because they said for Colbert, they said it's a $55 million swing. So that means that it was $40 million a year they were losing.
Okay, so yeah, it's $50
so it's like $1.2 million, $1.1 million, whatever a month, $1.1 million a month, and you get that spot. And if you can make $2 million off of that $1 million spot, which you probably can do that. I mean, to CBS, that's not going to be a lot of money given how much they were spending on Colbert. But if he can make the same amount of money, and his stuff is supposed to be brand safe, that's what he kept stressing. Was it was going to be good, clean fun, which means it's going to be brand safe, which means he probably has a better chance of attracting advertisers to his stand-up comic reruns than they did of attracting advertisers to Colbert because he's so polarizing. So it said CBS's self-proclaimed financial victory comes days after the network's late-night primetime viewership dropped by 85% after Colbert's exit, whereas the Late Show's final ever broadcast net the network 6.7 million viewers. Well, yeah, why would they stick around if he's gone if they're watching him?
Well, they came in for the last show. Of course they did, because they wanted to see if he'd do something else that was crazy or something, say something stupid or crazy. And that's why they tuned in. Yeah,
and instead he went to this local station. They copyright struck him, and then they walked it back. But
well, here's the thing. It might have been a case of as we talked about before, there's lawyers and stuff that work for networks, and they just go and do stuff, and it doesn't mean that the network did it. The lawyers could have done it. It could have been a case that the lawyers just went and copyright struck it, and then the network had to, tell them, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, but I just think it's really interesting. And is this the future of broadcast TV? Is it going to be like pay to play? Like, it's not going to matter anymore. It's like whoever's willing to pay the most gets to be on TV because, because it's not worth anything. Broadcast linear television isn't worth what it used to be worth.
No.
So they might just, it's almost like buying an infomercial, right? I mean, that's what it feels like. It's like,
kind of is, yeah.
And then he'll probably run like these damn cringy infomercial ads, whoever's willing to pay. But if you can make more than your $1 million plus a month, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably can. But, people aren't tuning in, obviously, because Colbert's gone. But if you can build that up and just be like, hey, you want some non-offensive comedy from 2002? Old people. And if the old people are just snoozing through
I don't know if it's old people anyway. I think some of the younger people are probably into it too, because they're all getting tired of they all want the old stuff back. They're all tired of you can't say anything because it might offend somebody bull crap.
Oh God, put some unedited George Carlin or Sam Kinison or something like that, like some of those HBO comics from the 80s. Oh my God, you think this stuff now is bad? oh my God, they wouldn't know what they wouldn't know what to do. Andrew Dice Clay, they wouldn't know what to do. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.